So I'm going to show you an exercise that will tighten that booty of yours. Again, I keep on failing to introduce myself. My name is Andrea Rosu. So I will take you through some of the steps that I do that helps me get my round booty. One of them being leg lifts from this position. What you want to do, you don't want to arch this way, however sexy that might look. You want to engage your stomach and keep your back flat. And from here, extend one leg. Keep your hips even to the ground, so you don't want to do this. And you lift. And again, you don't want to lift in a way that arches your back, even though that looks kind of cool. You want to lift so that you keep everything taut. And you just keep on lifting, and what you'll do is when you get to about this angle, you'll feel the tightening in your butt. So you lower and you lift, and the point being is you don't actually hit the ground at all. So at all times, you are going to be engaging your body and not relaxing. Always make sure that you keep your stomach tight and engaged. When you're done with this side, you go for the next. Extend leg, tighten abs, and lift. And again, you don't want to look like this or like this. And just keep straight. One long line. You can also, by the way, do this on all fours. Problem with all fours, it's a lot easier to arch, so you want to stay in a total tabletop. And there you have it. So, I want to start working out the back body. Oh, by the way, my name's Andrea. Hey. So, assume the position, which is on your belly. Don't take a nap, not yet at least. So what you want to do, even though this feels totally relaxing, you still want to somehow engage your stomach. What that means is you just tighten your muscles, and you don't just kind of ooze into the floor. So tighten, and you're going to put your legs together. You're going to keep your thighs together and tighten them at the same time, so they're always engaged. Everything is always kind of a mindful process. And from here, you just bring your legs up and then down. And it doesn't look like much, but when you actually do it, and do it while you're engaging your body, especially your thighs, and keep your knees together, you'll feel it. You do it long enough, you'll really feel it. You can do it really slowly. If you do it faster, you end up using more momentum than muscle and strength. So you don't want to do it too quickly. If you want to add to this, you can also lift leg up this way and down. Your legs are straight when you do that. Could do both at the same time. When you do both, you want both legs to act as one. So not this way. And going back to the original. Now add some variation. There you have it. Seems simple enough. Hello, my name is Andrea Rosu, and after all kinds of crazy workouts, I like to stretch, which is really good for you and it feels really good. And one of my favorites, and the one that I turn to, especially because my back has a penchant towards getting tight, this helps really relax and release it. So, on to the back. And this is a spinal twist. So you start this way, you put your arms in a T. The goal is to keep your shoulders pressed up against the floor. You take one leg up, bent, then you twist. You take that knee and you bring it towards the floor. If you can't get to the floor, that is totally fine, because really what you want to make sure is this shoulder stays as close to the ground as possible. So if that means you end up here, that is fine. If you're able to get all the way this way and still have your shoulder on the ground, that's great as well. And just breathe into it. The other thing is the direction in which your knee is going. The top half of your torso is going to be twisting the opposite direction, and the way you can do that is by looking towards the opposite direction. So, my right knee is facing left, my face is facing right. Did you get that? And then you just breathe and relax. Sometimes you'll hear some snapping and popping. That's totally normal. And of course, you do that, by the way, with the other side, exactly the same. Another thing I like to do is stretch my lower back as well in a different manner. It's basically just bending forward, but you need to make sure that you do it in the proper stance. This is not a good idea because you can actually mess up your back. So you want to be completely aligned, tummy engaged, look forward, and then bend at the hips. So you don't want to bend this way. You bend at the hips, you just keep on moving further and further down. And if this is as far as you get, that is fine. You can hold on to your shins, or your knees, or your thighs, or you can keep on going down. And then stretch. Just hang. Depending on how limber you are, you can move your hands through and then push yourself through a little more. And then when you go up, you want to make sure again that you're totally straight. And you bring yourself. So another good ab workout. It doesn't look like much, but it does really cause you to tighten and strengthen your core / abs. So you again need to get onto your back. These are called toe taps. So you have a couple of options with your arms. If you have a testy lower back, you can place your arms underneath your back and just make sure you press your lower back into your arms. And that is a really secure way of doing anything that might strain your lower back. Otherwise, you can put your arms simply by your side, but always, when you're doing anything that works your abs and you're on your back, you want to make sure that your back is always on the ground. So not And at any point in time do you want to do this, this is where you get to really mess up your back. So you're always pressing down. Keep your arms by your side. And then bring your legs up into a 90-degree angle. You want your knees above your hips. These are hips. You want your knees above your hips. Like I said, always keep your stomach engaged, which is also what presses your lower back into the ground. And toe taps. You bring 1, tap, 2, tap, and you should be feeling this right around here. So, you want to move your leg away from you, which is what causes you to hold on and tighten up. A little bit harder is if you bring your arms above. Let me keep on doing that. And even harder is if you bring your arms further behind. When you do that, again, you want to make sure you don't do this. Always this way. If you have difficulties moving your arms back, don't do it. If you're having difficulties in general, try to figure out ways to modify. And you just keep on tapping and tapping and tapping. And there you go. Do this until you pass out. You should be good.